What is going on, my mixed martial artists? Welcome back to the channel. We are live on, what is it, Sunday, July 26th. Coming at you after UFC Fight Night, Abu Dhabi, Ankalaev versus Guskov. And man, that was a rough main event, guys. I'm sure everybody who watched it feels the same. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at the Tapology results. Obviously, it was an early card here in the United States. A lot of people didn't probably tune in time. They're going to look at the Tapology results, be like, oh, Ankalaev, round 5, TKO. Oh, it must have been a war, you know. No, that fight sucked. That was truly one of the worst main events I've seen in a very long time. Like, for one, the stoppage was terrible. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, Guskov was given nothing back, but like, still, it was just, you know, very early stoppage. And then prior to the stoppage, for about 4.5 rounds, Ankalaev did a whole lot of nothing, man, and Guskov did even less. Going into this fight, when I was talking about it, obviously I talked about Guskov's, you know, leading with the rear hand, landing some power shots, and I honestly thought he was going to go for it, at least like early in this fight. First 2 rounds, I mean, we've seen Ankalaev get bonked before, and Guskov just did nothing. Man, like outside low kicks, like outside calf kicks was like the #1 weapon of choice for him. Ankalaev would kind of just push him to the fence, circle, you know, force him to circle, throw a left hand. He would also throw this kind of weird side kick / teep type thing. Yeah, man, and through the first 3 rounds, he just kind of point fought, and then he took him down as soon as the 4th round started, and then just held him on top. Would do the thing where he'd like lace through for a submission, but there was never an intention to actually like finish it. He was pretty much just trying to make it look like he was active on top, I believe. But yeah, man, the crowd wasn't too happy with it. I don't think anybody was too happy with it. Ankalaev, like after that title loss, you gotta cement yourself, especially a guy coming in short notice. Like, make a statement, dude. Like, go out and finish this dude. And everybody, and I think that's the most frustrating part about Magomed Ankalaev for so many people, is he has the skills. Like, he has the tools. He has the physicality. It's just the fight IQ and the decision making, which obviously are kind of one and the same, but like, he just, man, I don't ever want to see that guy in a 5-round fight again. Like, that was just atrocious. Then on the flip side, Guskov, I mean, obviously, like, you're coming in on short notice, but as a guy who's fought short notice, and obviously I'm an amateur fighter, I'm not UFC level. I'm not even going to act like I know what it's like for these guys, especially when your money's on the line, you're paid. But when you come in short notice, like, that's usually the opportunity to like let loose a bit. You kind of like, all right, the pressure's off. I have nothing to lose. I am going to go out there and I'm going to wing some bombs at his head. And Guskov just didn't do that. I got to wonder if like there's some sort of training relationship there, because they were very friendly with each other, very like, I'm all for respect. Like, I'm a respect-based guy when it comes to my fighting, my training. I love seeing respect in the ring, in the cage. But giving each other a hug after 4 rounds of just dog shit fighting at the beginning of the 5th just felt just kind of insulting to the fans and the fact you guys were booked for a fucking main event. So yeah, after all these cards, I'm just going to basically start going through and giving who I think the next fight should be for each of these guys, both the winner and the loser. It's a combination of things. It's partially what I think the UFC will do. It's partially what I think would be best for both the guys' careers, partially what I think would be an exciting fight. But again, I just believe the matchmaking for the UFC is so piss poor these days that I got to try my hand at it if I should. So, for Big Ank, I got him fighting Roundtree again. Obviously, that was the originally scheduled bout for this card. I think that might have told us a little bit more, because Roundtree's a little bit more willing to go after it sometimes. And I think somebody putting pressure on Ankalaev would actually, like, you know, expose a little bit more of his potential shortcomings. For Bogdan Guskov, I would like to see him fight Robert Whitaker. I think Whitaker looked really good after his last win against Nikita Krylov. He's obviously at the light heavyweight now. Guskov was ranked #9 going into this, so, you know, I think that's a perfect, like, borderline top 10 opponent. He is dangerous, but Whitaker is absolutely smart enough and savvy enough to kind of piece him up. I think the way that he did Krylov, and then also for Guskov, you know, it's like, if you can fight a former champ and knock him out, maybe you can get back on track and start building some momentum towards the title again. But that was the main event. Like I said, real stinker, 2 out of 10, just garbage in my opinion. Co-main, Jesus Christ, there is no meme. Steve Erceg has died. This was tough, man. Obviously, I kind of predicted this in my preview video. Again, this was kind of going to go down 2 ways. Either Temirov was going to throw his just nuclear bombs and catch Erceg on the chin, which he did several times. I mean, Erceg got dropped probably like 4 or 5 times in this fight before getting finished. And then for Erceg, it's like, can you keep the distance? Can you keep the range? Can you maybe grapple a bit? Can you force this guy deep into the fight? And again, the former is what happened because he got slept bad. Erceg's at a really weird spot in his career now because he lost the belt. He's gotten knocked out really bad a few times now. He's kind of just in this weird middle ground in the division. It's like probably got pushed forward a little too soon. Now he's got to either fight the best or fight down, and now he's just taking damage. So I don't know. I'd like to see him take some time off and reassess, work on some of that striking defense. Because people talk, he's a really slick boxer, man. Really slick offensive boxer. He's got good combinations, good timing, good reach. But we've now seen multiple times if somebody catches him over the top, it's bad news. On the other side, Temirov, 17 months off the steroid suspension. Never really like to see guys just come back and win again after popping for roids. But fuck, this guy's an exciting flyweight. We saw it against CJ Vergara, Charles Johnson. Again, his fights just age so well. I don't know what it is. Even if it's his losses, the guys who he loses to just end up being killers. Temirov, let's hope there's no roids, hope there's no injuries, because if this guy stays clean and is good, I think he's a really scary fighter for the flyweight division. He was not ranked after going into this fight because he obviously popped for steroids. So I would like to see him versus Alden Correa for a spot in the rankings. I think Alden Correa has 3 fights in a row in the UFC. Incredibly slick striker, really defensively sound, good wrestler, and I think that would be a really, really fun fight. And then on the other side, Erceg versus anybody who can't punch him hard. It's just kind of fucked up to say, but no, in reality, I'd say Erceg versus Amir Albazi. If Amir Albazi is still fighting, I know he had a fused spine and had a litany of injuries. I'm not really sure where he's training at since Fight Ready has kind of gone down the drain. But yeah, I think that'd be a fun one. Good chance for Erceg to get back, kind of back on track against a ranked, known opponent. Featured bout of the evening, we had Magomed John Pork Zaynukov versus Damian Rzepecki. And hey, come at me, guys. I'm already feeling it on Instagram. A bunch of people in my comments after I picked Damian. Fuck, man. Really, really, really impressed with John Pork. I kind of knew he didn't really have punching power going into this, and that was kind of my big concern. But, dude, the elbows, man, were just fantastic. Every clinch, every break of the clinch, he was landing just the gnarliest elbows. And you could see, this was actually an adjustment I really would have appreciated Rzepecki to make, because every time they were in the clinch, he would allow Zaynukov to pummel back in and get the inside bicep control. So basically that means whenever he wanted, he could just frame on the shoulder and then come over the top with the elbow. And I think he hit Damian with probably 20 to 25 just disgusting elbows in that fight. Another thing that I missed, due to the southpaw stance, I assumed that the calf kick was not going to be a problem, which it wasn't. But Zaynukov and his camp made a fantastic adjustment and threw oblique kicks to the lead leg. So anytime Rzepecki would try to enter, he would just he would get jammed on that lead leg, and he would have to basically stop his entry before he got his knee smashed. So Damian's tough as fuck. That was a crazy. Polish dudes are some of the toughest motherfuckers in the world. I swear to God, they're just insane. But yeah, he's young. He's 24, now 10-1. He's going to be back. And for John Pork, hand up. He's looking a lot better than I saw on tape, and I think he did a proper build into his career. And I'm really excited to see who he fights next. Which, on that note, I believe that he should be fighting Mike Davis, which we'll talk about him a little later on. But if Mike Davis doesn't want a wrestler, then have fun with the Muay Thai guy. That's all I'm saying. And then Rzepecki, I would like to see him, obviously, maybe a little step down in competition. I want to see him versus Mark the Shark Chawinski. For those who are APFC fans, a little more U.S. regional fans. Mark took a fight on short notice in the UFC, unfortunately lost, but he's a good wrestler, good boxer, and I think that'd be a really fun matchup. I think they'd really push each other in some good ways. So next up, this one hurts. This one sucks. My boy, my homie Tyrell Fortune, knocked out in the third round by Rizvan Kuniev. This fight won fight of the night. I think it was well deserving. I mean, both these guys went to fucking war. I think the spinning back kick that Kuniev landed in at the end of the first round, beginning of the second, I can't exactly remember when that was. I think that broke Tyrell's ribs pretty early on. This is something that I had helped with tape study. I was watching a lot of Kuniev, helping Tyrell, and he threw some spinning wheel kicks, especially in the exit, but I had never seen him throw a spinning back kick to the body. And I think that is what caught Tyrell off guard because he was ready to defend the head, and then it just snuck under the elbow. And then from there, I mean, the knees were just nasty from Kuniev. Every time he got close, he was just jamming his knees into Tyrell's ribs. Knees to the head, knees to the body. I mean, Kuniev's like 6'4", so he's got massive reach. And on the other side, I mean, Tyrell, he fought well, man. He landed some really good shots. I mean, he landed probably 5 right hands that probably would have knocked down or put out a lot of other guys, but Kuniev kind of just ate them and kept moving forward. And I mean, again, if anybody's ever had a rib injury, you know how brutal it is to work through that. And the fact that Tyrell was able to stay in as long as he did was really, really incredible. Fuck you, Daniel Cormier. Because Daniel Cormier said after the fight that Tyrell's corner shouldn't have let him go out for the third, which I get it. Like, he got beat up. But what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's not like he had been dropped 5 times. He had a rib injury. People fight through rib injuries all the time. And in a ranked fight on the main card, Tyrell, with his age, with his, what he's done in his career, he's got to fucking go, man. And I just thought that was really lame. I mean, I fucking hate Daniel Cormier for a lot of reasons these days, but that was really just poor, in my opinion, suggesting that they should have thrown in the towel because, again, I'm very close. This is my team. And that's just not, they take care of us. They know when we are done. And that was just not the time. So, Daniel, stay in your lane, dude. Whatever. But in terms of what's next for these guys, I would love to see Rizvan Kuniev take on Alexander Volkov. I'm not really sure what the relationship looks like with both of them being Russian. I know Kuniev's from Dagestan. Volkov's actually from Russia proper. Excuse me. But yeah, I think the size matchup, the striking, the knees against a tall opponent, I think that'd be a really interesting fight. And then for Tyrell, I mean, obviously he's going to have to take some time off with this rib injury. That was pretty brutal. But I would like to see him fight Mick Parkin next. Obviously, Mick Parkin pulled out of a fight a couple months ago for the UFC London card. But that'd be a fun boxing matchup, I think. And be a good test for Parkin on his wrestling. And then obviously Tyrell, facing a good striker, I think it would be a fun one. So maybe we get that book down the way. But this fight. All right, Vagaev versus Izagakhmaev. As I said, this fight was like the guaranteed fight to go the distance out of any fight. I mean, these guys are like the ultimate decision merchants. But at the same time, it was a decently fun fight. Saeed was like rocking this Philly shell, kind of like low guard. I don't know if he was hurt to the body or his arm was hurt, but he was like really boxing kind of strange. The guy hit some really nice takedowns. It was a decent back and forth fight, but yeah, put Saeed at 0-2 in the UFC. I'm not really sure what's next for him. I don't think he has much of like a fan base, at least here in the States, who wants to see him fight. And then Vagaev, I mean, he looked good. Looked a little gassed at times, but obviously he's fought tons of 5-round fights for ACA. He's a proven commodity in like the championship round. So I think he might have a little bit of a future. I'd like to see Vagaev take on Carlos Leal next. Obviously, Carlos Leal seems to get the Russians a lot of the times. But, Salikov and Renat Fakhretdinov, who's no longer in the UFC. But I think that'd be a really fun one. I think Carlos Leal could really put some pressure on Vagaev on the feet, and Vagaev would definitely test Leal in the wrestling. And then for Saeed, I think he might get cut. I don't know. 0-2 with 2 decision losses in his home region. It just doesn't look great. So we'll see. He might get another one. But knowing the UFC's kind of feeling with wrestlers and things of that nature these days, I don't really see him getting another fight in the UFC. My performance of the night. Holy shit. This was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in MMA. Walter Walker defeats Thomas Petersen at 1 minute and 32 seconds of round number 1 by calf slicer. The only calf slicer I've ever seen at heavyweight. Like any promotion, any level, never seen a heavyweight hit a calf slicer before. If anybody has, like, please link me, DM me. I'd love to see it. But this was incredible because, like, everybody knew what Walter Walker was going to do. And a lot of people, this was confusing for me because a lot of people, I picked him by first round sub, and a lot of people were like, oh, the wrestling is going to nullify the leg lock game. But if you've trained jiu-jitsu or spent any time on the mats, like, wrestling oftentimes puts yourself in the position for guys to roll onto your legs and kind of create that space. And as Walter did exactly, I mean, Thomas Petersen was pancaking him on top. He created a little bit of space, rolled his hips, and was on the leg. And Petersen did a great job of rolling with it. He tried his best to get out. He even, turned the knee line. He started building up onto his all fours. But, I mean, Walter's just so strong and has such a good understanding of the position that he double clutched the heel. He pulled himself up. And then as soon as he was able to get that figure 4 lock over the calf, he took it. And, again, that's one of my favorite. It was kind of similar to the Jack Hermanson Roman Dolidze fight, but obviously Dolidze didn't finish the calf slicer. He put him down and then flattened him out and hit him with punches. But it's that same position where once you're there, I mean, it's borderline impossible to get out, especially with a guy like Walter who has such big legs and is so strong. So, I mean, 5, not heel hooks in a row, but 5 leg submissions in a row. Just absolutely insane. I mean, the foot hunter is real. He called out Herb Dean, which was fucking awesome. He wants to elbow him in the back of the head, which... I wouldn't mind that. Herb Dean to get a little taste of his own medicine, but yeah, man. I mean, Walter Walker. It's hilarious because in interviews he's always saying, "I don't want to fight ranked fighters. Give me the bums. I want to rack up performance bonuses and just get as many wins as possible," which is a fair strategy. I mean, Sean O'Malley said the same thing back when he was unranked. So, anyways, Walter Walker, what a guy. Hilarious. Dropping the fall on Instagram, very funny and slick with the heel hooks. Mohamed Saidov, a lot of different names for this guy I mentioned in the pre-show, but he defeated Dustin Jacoby by knockout in round number 2. This was really impressive, man. I kind of missed the mark on both these. Out of the 2 of them, I had Tuchalov as the much more impressive prospect coming into this card as opposed to Said. But Said, man, he looked good. He was ending his combos with high kicks. He was moving well. The calf kicks from Jacoby just didn't make as much of a difference as I thought. And then when he had him hurt, I mean, he just went in there. So that was really impressive. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Real quick, jump back to the who they should fight. I want to see Walter Walker fight Taliesin Teixeira next. I think he could heel hook him again. Easy guy in the rankings. And I would like to see Thomas Petersen fight Louis Sutherland. I think that'd be a good matchup, and I think that'd be, Louis coming off the win against Ty, a couple losses in the UFC. I think a good get-back fight for Thomas potentially, and if not, Louis can, maybe get a finish. So, anyways, back to Saidov and Jacoby, but looked amazing when he got the finish. I mean, this guy's dangerous. It puts him at, I think, 10-0 now, 9-0, 10-0. So, I mean, relatively young prospect, a lot of potential. He fights how Ankalaev should fight. Like, it's very frustrating to watch because it's like this guy has the tools and he uses them. So very excited for Saidov. Obviously, always great to get another light heavyweight in there. And Dustin Jacoby, man, I mean, this guy, he just puts a few together, just drops one. He's just kind of always been a back and forth fighter. Nothing but respect and love for Jacoby. I mean, he's awesome. But yeah, tough result here. I would like to see Mohamed Saeed versus Luke Fernandez. I think they could really start to build him here. Luke Fernandez had a lot of success for CFFC, but yeah, I'd like to see that fight booked next. And let's get Dustin Jacoby versus Zhang Mingyang. A lot of hype for him over in China, obviously, but he's kind of fallen short in a couple main events now. So let's drop him down the card, give him a guy who's a veteran, good striker, see what happens there. And again, I think Jacoby has the tools to put him out and get back on track with that one too. So, sad, very, very sad fight. We had Sam Patterson defeat Santiago Ponzinibbio, round 2 TKO, and fuck, man. I mean, I said it going in, but Ponzi is just so washed. It was, I mean, shout out to my boy Bedtime MMA, but he was out there jiggling at range for sure in that fight, not really doing much. I mean, he hurt Patterson a couple times because similar to Steve Erceg, or Patterson just, it's like he's trying to look over his opponent every time he lands a strike. He's like, what's behind your head? And he gets him caught for sure. But at the same time, he's dangerous. He's got power in his hands. He moves forward. He's got good distance management for the most part. And I mean, yeah, this was a layup. Ponzi is just so old. So yeah, I'd like to see Sam Patterson fight Jake Matthews next. Jake Matthews, kind of that consistent gatekeeper in the welterweight division, very solid, coming off a win against Carlston Harris. And I think his 15-minute 3-round experience would push Sam Patterson. It's very hard to finish Matthews, and on the flip side, I think Patterson, would be a good challenge, yet at the same time, very appropriate matchup, as he pushes towards the rankings. And Santiago Ponzinibbio needs to retire, just straight up. I love you, dude. You've done so much for the sport in Argentina, in South America. You were a legend, but I can't watch this anymore, man. That was sad. That was really rough. So, hang him up, man, please. The next fight we're talking about, Axel Sola versus Ismael Bonfim. Axel Sola defeats Bonfim by submission, 444, round number 1. This was really impressive, man. I was a little concerned about Sola's injuries coming in, and when he walked in the cage, he had a black eye, had a thing on his chest. I was like, dude, this guy spar like yesterday? I think my girlfriend even asked me, she's like, is he sparring during fight week? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Looking sketchy, but Bonfim, obviously the lesser of the two Bonfim brothers, really just, I mean, this dude's like addicted to eating body kicks. I don't know what his deal is, but he just loves it. He's just like, come on, kick me in the body. And then he just shoots a shitty takedown and gets flattened out. But yeah, I mean, Sola landed some good shots from the takedown defense position against the cage. Ended up getting on top, securing the Darce choke. I believe it was a Darce or Anaconda, one of the two. Really just clinical performance. I mean, this guy is as legit as they come. I mean, double champion for Aries FC, fought up welterweight and lightweight. Is now 2-1 in the UFC. Lost to Mason Jones, but that's not a slight at all. Mason's a stud, and yeah, man, with that submission game on top of his striking, he's got good long strikes, good takedown defense. He's super athletic and strong. So Axel Sola is a guy I'm really excited for. I think he is going to be a problem moving forward in the lightweight division. All right, moving forward, we got, this fight was so frustrating. Magomed Tuchalov versus Brenson Ribeiro. As you guys know, I was super high on Tuchalov coming in. I really liked what he had on film for the regional scene, but Jesus Christ, this guy just did nothing. Got almost finished at the end of the first round by Ribeiro, like overhand, fucked up his eye. I thought he was gonna lose. And then he just kind of worked his way to a decision. I don't know, got a couple takedowns. Ribeiro kind of gassed. I mean, Brenson's like one of the worst fighters that's been in the UFC in a while. Yeah, if you barely scrape a decision by Brenson Ribeiro, you need to do some reconsidering, man. I mean, obviously, relatively short notice, UFC debut. I get it, big moment, but this is definitely disappointing. Felt like a layup handed to him, and he just did not do anything with it. But Tuchalov, you can fight Rafael Tobias next, another dangerous fighter coming off a loss. I think that'd be fine. And Brenson Ribeiro, see ya. Go fight in Jungle Fight or something, man. I don't want to see you in the UFC anymore. This is not good. Not good mixed martial arts. Last couple fights, we got Narolo Aliev defeating Mike Davis. Look, I'm not going to act like this is some exciting fight. I'm not going to act like Aliev's some fucking amazing guy to watch, but this is mixed martial arts, man. If Mike Davis has such a problem with getting wrestled, then defend the fucking takedowns, man. Hit some elbows on the side. I mean, look what Axel Sola did to Bonfim when he was trying to take him down. And obviously, Aliev's a better wrestler, but like, for Mike Davis to go on this rant post-fight like he did, calling it gay and saying all this other just dumb shit that's, again, don't even get me started on that, but like, it's just such a bad look, dude. It's how you lose fans. You can't say in a video, oh, I felt great all week, and then 5 seconds later be like, yeah, I was sick. Like, come on. Erceg posted a video afterwards and had a really nice message, you know, just saying he's okay, he's disappointed, he felt great, but he got caught. And like, that's how you take a loss on the chin. You don't go on and be like, this guy's so gay, he shouldn't be in the UFC because he wrestles. It's like, all right, well, same could be said for you if you don't know how to wrestle, so whatever. Yeah, Aliev, let's give him Mateus Camillo. I think it'd be a fun one. Camillo obviously knocked out Nazim Sajikov, who is very dangerous, and I think he would give Aliev a little bit of trouble. And then Mike Davis, yeah, you can fight Magomed Zaynukov. Go fight John Pork. Have fun with no takedowns and eating those elbows instead, because I personally would rather get wrestled than get my face caved in by like 50 John Pork elbows, but just me. In the first fight of the night, Abdul Hussein defeats Cody Gibson by submission in round number 3. This is a really good fight, man. Abdul Hussein is a legit prospect. Great uppercuts, good movement, good speed. He really put it on Gibson, dropped him once. You know, had good grappling. He escaped some crazy submission attempts. I was really, really impressed with that. Honestly, it was a ninja choke / mounted guillotine turn. It was a weird position, but Hussein rolled out of it like kind of like how Armand did against Dan Hooker. It was really impressive. Yeah, Cody Gibson, man, took this fight on short notice. He said at the end of the second round he's got nothing left. He told his coaches, and that's a fight where you should throw in the towel. Just putting it out there, DC. Like, if your fighter says, hey, I can't do it anymore, that's when you throw in the towel, not just because you think the guy's losing. Just putting it out there. But yeah, I'd love to see, shout out Abdul Hussein, repping Palestine. He's the son of Palestinian immigrants to Lebanon, so moved to Finland. So he's a good dude. I like him a lot. He was 16-2. I think he's a bit small for bantamweight. He was listed at 5'7", but that dude is 5'5". Like, I'm sorry, I don't know how they found those extra 2 inches, but this dude is small. I'd like to see him versus Adrian Luna Martinetti next. The guy who lost to Davey Grant last time out. That'd be a banger fight. I think it'd be really fun. Cody Gibson, I think you got to hang him up, man. I'm sorry, but great career, great long career. You know, Ultimate Fighter, multiple stints in the UFC, won some good fights, but I think that it's about that time. But yeah, that was the UFC card. All in all, pretty mediocre. Had some good fights, good moments, but not really anything to write home about. Some big news in regards to future cards. I broke the news earlier this week. Alexander Poppeck, former Octagon light heavyweight. He is fighting short notice next week against Jovan Leka at heavyweight at UFC Serbia, so big European prospect there. And then also the big news, I broke this a few days ago as well. Saladin Parnasse is officially signed at the UFC. So huge, huge signing. I mean, this guy, for those who know he's one of the best fighters in the world, like pound for pound. UFC, not UFC, regardless. He's coming off that just incredible win over Kenny Cross at MVP, and before that, he was the KSW double champion. He attempted to become triple champ, but lost a decision to the undefeated, well, at the time undefeated, Adrian Bartosinski. Close fight at a weight class he'd literally never fought at before. I mean, they call him the Kylian Mbappe of MMA for good reason. I mean, this guy's like as good as they get, and I think as the matchmaking proves, Dan Hooker is somewhat of a sacrificial lamb because Saladin is a fantastic striker. And I've seen some people say, oh, well, people said the same thing about Patchy Mix. And it's like, some did, but if you actually like watch the tape and understand the fights, Patchy Mix never had striking. He never had good grappling. He side-mogged guys, or sorry, never got wrestling. Great grappling, but his size was what got him that. Parnasse is not. He's a skill merchant. He is so talented and so dangerous at any weight class you put him at. He's not. He doesn't rely on his wrestling. He doesn't rely on anything like that. He relies on being just skilled. So again, he's awesome. It's gonna be a fantastic main event. 5 rounds. Don't think it'll go 5 rounds, but yeah. Also, last night we had on PFL Washington DC. Card got absolutely gutted by injuries, pullouts, etc. But it was still a pretty decent event. Sola Ankalaev versus Rasul Magomedov was one of the best fights I've ever seen. Got to go watch that on YouTube if possible. Just fantastic scrap. Thad Jean overcame a couple scares in the main event to maintain his welterweight title. He fought Ernesto Rodriguez, who stepped in on 2 or 3 days' notice after the main event. Shamil Musayev pulled out of the main event. And dude, Ernesto dropped him a couple times. He got on top. He landed some takedowns, but Thad Jean just... I mean, Thad Jean's one of the best welterweights in the world, regardless of promotion as well. That guy's legit as hell. And yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic fight. Tyson Pedro got knocked out. I was kind of sad. He was looking the most like Mark Hunt I've ever seen him, with the gut and the gray hair. What else was on that card? Yeah, a couple decent fights. Bryce Meredith beat Michael Sear. Yeah. Oh yeah, Eliezer Kubanza defeated Chris Mixon by Darce choke. That was a sick one. Kubanza, nice prospect out of the Congo. Cut his teeth in PFL Africa, which is starting to show they're building some good prospects out there. And then Nkosi Ndebele, he beat Brandon Davis as well. 30-26, unanimous decision. So very impressive from the boys from Africa. But this next week, we got a bunch of stuff on the schedule. We got UFC Serbia, which is going to be a huge card. Medic versus Rodriguez in the main event. We have Octagon 92, which is Lucy Pudilova and Lucia Sazbova fighting for the title, as well as Will Fleury versus Mahmoud Muradov in the co-main event. That's one of the best cards Octagon's put together all year. We have PFL, I believe it's New York this weekend, Archie Colgan versus Usman Nurmagomedov. Yeah, I mean, really just a stacked schedule coming up. I'll be back this week. I'm still planning on doing a video about the UFC antitrust lawsuit situation, but I'll be back in the next couple days for a preview video for... I'll do a few this week. I'll probably do UFC and Octagon as one. Then I might do PFL as its own video, as well as I got an interview with David Zawada, who's fighting on the Octagon card coming up this week. So a lot of content coming up. Very excited. Finally getting back to training myself with some injuries that I suffered in my fight, but things are all good. Happy to be here. And once again, thank you guys all for tuning in, joining in. And drop a like, drop a subscription. And I appreciate you guys. See you next time.